everybody, welcome to the Soulful Eclectic. I am your host, Diana Collins, and I want to welcome you to today's episode. If this is the first time you're joining me, I want to say thank you for taking the time out to spend with me. I thoroughly appreciate you and your time. And if you are returning, I just want to say welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, and thank you for coming back and spending your time with us on the Soulful Eclectic. So thank you to my sponsors, because you got to get the business out the way. So thank you to my sponsors, which is Divine Nubian Essentials. And again, if you guys have not tried Divine Nubian Essentials, either their body moisturizer, the skincare line, for my gentlemen, the Gentlemen's Club, the unscented, whatever, just go on the website and try it. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. My skin has not been this healthy, has not been this vibrant in so long. So it's perfect for your skin for all ages, as I said, from diaper to diaper. And for the education, Collins Education Resource Management, if you are a healthcare student, whether you're a CNA, LPN, RN, bachelor's degree, master's degree, NP, whatever, Collins Education Resource Management has resources that can help you be successful in your healthcare degree plan. So definitely reach out to collinseducation.com and see what they can do to help you out, right? So anyway, so got that out the way. So I hope you all had a beautiful week, as I have been holding true to myself. I have been holding myself accountable to me for the things that will benefit me. So having my podcast running effectively has been one of my main goals. So as many of you know, I am finishing my doctorate in nursing practice, and so you guys can help celebrate me as well. I have got it approved. So my proposal's been approved, and I'm going to defend the first part of my research paper. Yay! And now we're getting that much closer. 3 more steps and I'll be done. So cheers to me for that. Thank you to my husband, who celebrated that it was monumentous stage that I have achieved. We went to the Daughtry concert here at the Fox Theater, and that was amazing. I had not been to a rock concert. I've done it at home, like I've staged it and rocked out at home, but I've never gone to a concert. So it was really pretty cool. I've been following Daughtry since he was on American Idol, and I do enjoy his music. So it was great getaway for a nice downtime and getaway. So thank you to him for that. But today's episode, right? So we talked about menopause. We talked about, going through life's changes and all these things. Today I want to talk about your significant other, the spouses that we choose in our lives, right? So I came across something in the news feed. I know last week I talked about being called auntie and uncle and things like that. So I kind of kept reading different articles about different things. And one I came across about, your spouse and the person you married, right? And how it really was speaking to women, to be honest. And it came off as downplaying. I think one of the big guys, Tyler Perry, said it, but I understood what he was saying, though I think some people were a little pissed off about what he had said. But what he was saying is that the women who are strong-minded, business-minded, are looking for that same person that has the same drive as them. And sometimes the package that is meant for you is not going to look the way that is presented to you. So that person that you've been pushing away, that is doting on you, giving you love and support and things like that, could be the one that is needed for you, even though they're not making, the same figures that you're making. They're still making money and supporting, but it's not the same as you are making. So, and I think it goes both ways, to be honest, right? So that's not the complete statement. I was just surmising from what I could remember, because I could not recall or find that said piece that I was talking about. But if I can find it before I upload, I will definitely post it in there so you guys can see it, and definitely chime in and let me know what you think about that. But I sat with that for a minute, and I thought about it, and I was like, wow, that's very valid, right? Because we're looking for that person in our life, that partner that's going to be our equal. And it's not to say that that person, because they're making less than you or doing another job than you, that they're not equal to you, because that is utter bullshit. Okay? Yes, and I'm going to call it what it is, because that's not true. Because what they bring to the table doesn't always have to have a monetary value to it. Okay? What they bring to the table does not always have to have a monetary value to it. There's so much more to relationships that we're in that mindset that it's all about the money, right? I got to make this dollar to get this, to do this, to do this. And what I've noticed, and this is for myself included, what I've noticed for me is that I tend to put my wants in front of my needs. And it's something my mother always said, don't let your wants get ahead of your needs. And it sticks with me because it makes me slow down, right? And think, what do I want versus what do I need, right? And if I need something, my wants have to wait a little bit until I get what I need. So I say that because the premise of the statement was that the example. I'll give an example. I can't give the exact example that he gave, but I will give a piece of an example. And what he was saying is that you may be that stellar lawyer that's making partner and doing all these things, and your spouse, significant other, may be, I'm going to say, a RN or something to that caliber. Could be working construction, whatever. Still making money, good money, but is not partner lawyer type money. Okay, so you guys feel me on that. So we have that. Right? But this partner is there to fully support you. That partner is not complaining about you working late, but when you come home, that partner has a meal waiting for you, maybe a glass of wine waiting for you, waiting to hear your day kind of thing, right? And then you chime in and give and say, hey, babe, how was your day? You know, not belittle the person because they don't make the same amount as you. And that's what I'm finding, that we're forgetting that other 20% of the relationship, right? Because I think we give 80% to finances, which is so wrong. It really should not be that. Your relationship, because finances can go, and you will always, and the theory is, you're supposed to always have each other, especially if you're married, right? For better, for worse. So finances should not be the biggest portion of your relationship. You should be able to cultivate love, intimacy, and a relationship and a partnership aside from the finances. And what has happened is society has built us to have finances in the forefront, that if that person is not making said figure, that whatever ghost figure we create for ourselves, because everybody's figure is different depending on where they are in life, but if that person is not making ghost said figure, then they are not worthy to be in your presence, be with you. And that, again, I will call bullshit. Okay? That's not true. You're missing out on a great relationship, a great partnership, by belittling it based on finances. Okay? How many people I've known people, so how many people have you known that have been married for years and years and years, and the husband is making big money and the wife is making pretty decent money, but the house is running just fine. But if it's vice versa, if the wife is making the most money and the husband is making less, why is that seen as not acceptable? So there we are. Why is that not acceptable? If it was a female married to a man who has a prominent status in his job and making better money than she is, that's okay. But it's the other way around. Why can't we accept that in our relationship as women? And I'm not saying all of us are like that. That's not true. I mean, it really isn't true. It was, like I said, it was something that was said. So I felt like I wanted to share that because I was going back and forth in my head about it and having that conversation with, friends and things like that. It's like, how do you feel about that? Do you think it's right? Because to me, I see it as a double standard, right? My wife could be home and, doing, what is it now? Taking care of the kids at home. I can't even think, right? So is at home homeschooling the kids. Sorry to say, but that shit is a job. I commend any parent, male or female, who is at home taking care of the kids all day, homeschooling them, especially if you're doing that, and keeping yourself sane. Kudos to you, because that is the difficult job and it's a huge job. So never say that because your significant other stays home, they do nothing, because that is utter bullshit. Okay. And yes, if you have not learned today, the word of the day for Diana Collins is bullshit. Okay. But anyways, yeah, so that's it right there, right? So now we're seeing that we have dads that are staying home now, and the wives are going out to make the money. They're home supporters. They're supporting the home so that it runs smoothly. But here's the thing that I also fall guilty of, and I'm sure plenty other people fall guilty of. We get in that business mindset. Listen, I'm a hustler. There has not been a day in my life that I wasn't working on something or working towards something. It is very hard for me to be home and do nothing. Like right now, even though I'm working on 2 businesses, a doctor's degree, and a podcast, just because I don't have a 9 to 5 that I'm making money in somebody else's business, I'm building my businesses, doesn't mean I'm not working. But to me, because I've hustled and worked for other people for so long, it does make me feel like, well, shit, I ain't working. But I am working. It's like I'm constantly reminding myself, no, you're just not working for somebody else, but you're working. You working 9 to 5 and then some, because I'm trying to get my business. I'm getting my business out and running. There's no try. I'm doing it, right? So there's that. And then, my husband is supporting the house, right? He's providing the bills and things like that. So now the card is flipped just a little bit, because when we first got married, it was the other way around. He was going to school, doing everything, and I was supporting the house. So it's a give and take. It's a balance. You're not always going to be together on this tightrope, but one day, as you continue to perfect your partnership, you will be on point with one another. And it's a challenge. It's hard as hell. And I'm going to tell you, some days you fall flat on your face, but you get back up. And I always say, failure is you just giving up and not getting up and trying again. If you get up and you keep going, that's not a failure. So when you're looking at these relationships and you're looking at choosing a partner, if that person is going out, working 9 to 5, bringing home money, supporting the house, supporting you, what does it matter how much? If he's maybe 3 zeros less than you are, 2 zeros less than me, he's bringing something to the table. He's not just sitting home playing PlayStation all day. You feel me? Now that would piss me off, right? That will definitely make me mad and make me say, what the hell is your malfunction? No, but they're going out and they're working. So what if it's not lawyer and lawyer in the house? Can you imagine if you both were lawyers working on your partnerships, whining and dining clients and things like that? You guys would never see each other. Here you have a spouse who, one is striving to be a partner in her law firm. He is working 9 to 5 in a construction business or electrician, whatever it is. He comes home before you, makes dinner. You come home before him, throw something on. It's give and take, no matter what the financial is, right? And you just got to make it work from there. So I think that's where I was coming from with that, right? Because I saw some of the comments in the clip, and I was really taken back. I was like, wow, people are really pissed. But what he's saying, it makes sense, right? At least to me, it made sense. It really did. Because I mean, again, we all would love to have that person who's going to wine and dine us and keep us, glamped in and things like that. And we will have that, even if it's you providing it for yourself. But if you have someone that is got your back and is there with you, supporting you, even through your crazy ideas or whatever the case may be, that is valuable. That is valuable. And that's the part that we have to look at when we're looking at relationships, right? That is. Because what was the other thing I came across? I know I need to stay off of social media and all these kind of things, but unfortunately the way the world is working, everything relies on social media and being seen. Oh, God, I hate it. Being seen, right? So the other thing that I came across that kind of correlates with what we were talking about just now is the whole, do what you did when you were married to get the person, do what you did before you got married to get the person while you're married. Because again, getting married is not the end goal. You're just beginning, right? So dating somebody in that phase when you're learning what they do for a living, and now you're making the decision on, well, if they make enough or if they don't make enough, well, what are you going to do about it? Is it worth whatever conversation you're having in your head? Honestly, I didn't even have that conversation. It really was a relationship, whereas I wasn't looking at the financial piece of it. I was looking at the person and what the person brought to my relationship with myself and the value that we can build together. That's what I was looking for in a relationship, because I've had that person that was striving for money and, working all the time and doing all these things. And I had the person that didn't work and, didn't even support. So I've had that. So it's like, I call it the Three Bears effect in dating for me, because that's really what it was. I had the one that did nothing, sat home all day and complained. Then I had the one that worked a lot, provided money, but complained all day. And now it's figured it out, right? We figured it out at some point. But yes, so that's what it is. And oh gosh, I lost the train of thought. Look at my note. Yes. So going back to what I was saying is that doing what you were doing to when you were dating the person, you still have to date that person, and it goes both ways. So the individual was speaking as far as husbands, you still have to date your wives. So doing what you did to get your wife, if you dressed up, took them out, spend money, take them dinner, buy them nice things, you still have to do those same things when you're married. But it goes the same for us as women too, right? And again, same things I'm saying to everyone here, I remind myself as well, which is why I share it. So same thing for me. I have to remember that, oh yeah, I did used to be cute, air quotes, right? Because I'm still cute. But I did make an effort to get dressed every now and again, especially when we went out on dates. So now we have more date nights. So we are forced to get dressed and look nice for one another. Those are the things we need to do. We surprise each other with special gifts, the same way we did when we were dating each other, right? Same things. So it's just those things that we have to remind each other to do and be mindful of. And again, same thing as I started out. If that is what they bring to the table and that's what you need, then maybe stop looking for the financial piece and look at the person, the human being that's courting you, that wants to court you, and see what value they have within them outside of their pocket. Outside of their pocket. Because let me tell you, my husband, before we got married, when we were dating, I didn't know he was living in his car. Exactly. He didn't tell me this until after we started really dating and just before we got married. I'm going to say after we got married because he told me just before we got married that he was living in his car for a few months. And he didn't want to tell me that. He was couch surfing before we got married. I didn't know that. If I've known that, I might have done some things different. Not leave him or anything, but definitely would have pushed our relationship probably a little faster because that's just the kind of person I am. And I saw a great deal of value within him. So I appreciate that with him, that he was open and honest with me in our relationship. But it's just those kinds of things. It's like I didn't look at that financial piece that he could bring to the relationship. I was looking at him and what he had within him that he brought to my life and what I can bring to his. And that's what I think a lot of us may want to go back to. I don't know. And some may not, right? Because let's be honest. We can be honest with ourselves. If wanting material things and having a high status in life is your goal, then be about it. I'm not gonna, get on anybody for being about who they truly are. They're owning it. I'm all for it, right? But don't knock somebody else who, sees the good in somebody and the value in someone, and that's where they want to go. Because 9 times out of 10, just like you're having a fruitful life, they'll have a fruitful life. It'll just look a little different. And that's okay. Different is good. We don't have to look the same, right? But yeah, so tell me what you guys think about those two things, right? First, I don't want to say dating outside of your rank, but it kind of is, right? Dating outside your rank. What do you think about it, right? And then also, once you're married or in a committed relationship, we got to do the same things that we did to get the person while we're married, right? Don't just stop because now you think you're done. You got the finish line. You met your goal. No. Here's where the real work begins, because being married is not for chumps and it's not for the faint of heart. You have to be strong. You have to be committed. You have to be willing to go through those changes with the individuals, both of you. You're evolving constantly, and you have to roll with it and navigate those new ripples in the water, because there will be. So with that, I want to leave you with that. That's a nice thought, and then I think it's a nice way to leave that thought, right? So tell me what you think about those two things. Keeping it the way I did, the way you did when you were dating in your marriage, and also financial class or level differences. If you're leveled up, and they're one level down, is that a deal breaker for you in your relationship and choosing that person as a mate? So let me know what you think. You can reach me on Facebook, The Soulful Eclectic. You can reach me on Instagram, the.soulful-eclectic. Or you can go to the webpage, www.thesoulfuleclectic.com. And again, if you have not tried Divine Nubian Essentials, please do so, divinenubianessentials.com, and let us know how you like it. So with that in mind, I will say take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and be blessed and a blessing to those around you. Namaste.